Your child is your legacy. Raise them accordingly. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Family Legacy series, where we talk about what it really means to build a family structure that lasts for generations. This episode is titled, The All-Star Child, Why One Breakthrough Can Elevate the Entire Bloodline. Let's be clear. Parenting isn't about control. It isn't about image. It isn't about living through your child as if they're your second shot at youth. Parenting is legacy work. It is the most powerful, high-stakes leadership position you will ever hold because the human you raise will walk this earth long after you are gone. And when they do, they will either be a testament to your excellence or a reflection of your neglect. There is no neutral. Either you built something in them or you didn't. Either they are equipped or they are not. Either they will rise or they will repeat what you were too passive to repair. Far too many parents live like pageant moms using their kids as projection boards for their own unfulfilled dreams, fears, insecurities, and image maintenance. They don't raise children, they sculpt avatars. They want their kids to perform in ways that make them look good. But this is not legacy. That's ego. That's control. That's dysfunction. A true all-star parent doesn't raise a puppet. A true all-star parent raises a leader. And sometimes, once in a generation, or even once in a century, a family is blessed with what I call the all-star child. This isn't just any kid. This is the one who carries a level of clarity, brilliance, grit, or talent that could change the trajectory of the entire bloodline. One child properly supported can elevate the name, the wealth, the values, and the entire legacy of everyone who comes after. But only if the parent recognizes what they're looking at. Only if they treat the child not as an accessory to control, but as a seed to be fully cultivated. Let me say it plainly. Your child is not your second chance. They are your greatest contribution. And if you fumble that contribution, if you clip their wings out of fear or jealousy or control, you are not just failing them. You are failing every generation that could have come after. The all-star child isn't always the loudest, the smartest on paper, or the most obedient. They are often the most sensitive, the most curious, the ones who question the rules. They may struggle in school, but they master complex systems on their own. They may reject tradition, but they live with fierce internal alignment. These are not problem children, they are pattern breakers. And they require a different kind of parenting. They do not thrive under micromanagement. They do not grow through punishment and fear. They grow through freedom, challenge, exposure, and belief. You have to know what you're looking for. Because the golden ticket won't always look like a straight-A student. Sometimes it looks like the quiet kid who never quite fit in, but who's building universes in their imagination. Sometimes it's the rebel who won't stop pushing boundaries because they were born to lead, not follow. Sometimes it's the one who questions your authority, not because they disrespect you, but because their mind sees beyond the limitations you're still trapped in. If you're a parent, here's the hard truth. You do not own your child. They are not here to live your life. They are not here to fulfill your fantasy. They are not a trophy to display, a problem to fix, or a second chance to get it right. They are a soul entrusted to you for a time, and your job is to get them ready. That's it. Get them ready. Ready to lead. Ready to create. Ready to take your family further than you ever could. That means you don't just feed them. You fund their development. You don't just enroll them in school. You stay involved in what they're learning and why. You don't just say, follow your dreams while expecting them to follow yours. You watch for the spark. You pay attention to the activities that light them up. You invest time, energy, and mentorship into growing those flames into fire. If you want to raise a generational liberator, you better be ready to sacrifice like it. That means moving cities if you have to. It means getting them in the best environments, even if you don't feel comfortable there. It means finding the coaches, the mentors, the opportunities that will challenge them to grow past even your own achievements. This is not about safety. This is about strategy. This is not about control. This is about cultivation. Let's talk strategy. Great parents play chess, not checkers. They think 3 moves ahead. They don't just parent for comfort, they parent for elevation. That means seeing your child as the MVP of the team, not the mascot. It means identifying their natural talents early and getting them the reps, the resources, and the relationships that can take that talent global. This is how legacy works. When you treat your child like your legacy, you think long-term. You see past their tantrums, their teen years, their awkward phases. You recognize, this human will carry my name, my influence, my energy long after I'm gone. So what am I depositing in them? What am I shaping? What am I building? Because make no mistake, what you don't build in them, the world will tear down. If you don't build self-worth, the world will sell them shame. If you don't build values, the world will program ideology. If you don't build purpose, the world will offer distractions. And if you don't build vision, they will stumble blindly through life, wondering why nothing feels quite right. Parenting is not a casual job. It is a spiritual assignment. You are building the next architect of your family line. And every day that you show up disengaged, resentful, or passive, you are wasting that assignment. The most dangerous parent isn't the abusive one. It's the disengaged one. The one who pretends presence is the same as investment. The one who gives a roof and food and calls it a day. That is not parenting. That is bare minimum survival. That's what animals do. Parenting requires consciousness, intention, and strategy. Now, let's go a layer deeper. In every family, someone will rise. And the one who rises carries the weight of legacy for everyone. That might be the artist who finally makes the name known. It might be the entrepreneur who builds the first empire. It might be the thought leader who shifts the public narrative and brings honor to the family's name. When you have a child like that, your job is not to compete with them. Your job is not to shame them. Your job is to fuel them with structure, with encouragement, with exposure. You are their support system, not their ceiling. If they want to start a business, get them a mentor. If they want to pursue the arts, get them the best training. If they want to build something you don't understand, don't dismiss it. Learn, ask, support. If they want to do something no one in your family has ever done, double down. That's the one you bet on. You don't put a Ferrari on a gravel road and expect it to thrive. You build the track, you give it the fuel, and then you stand back and watch it take off. That is your child. That is your legacy. It's also time we kill the myth that good parenting means being hard on your kids to prepare them for the world. You know what prepares them for the world? Having one person who believes in them no matter what. Having a parent who shows up consistently. Having a family structure that's not based on fear, but on foundation. Raising a child is not about toughening them up through neglect. It's about preparing them through love and leadership. If your child is the one who was born to break the mold, do not be the one who tries to shove them back in it. Do not project your fear onto their fire. Do not clip the wings God gave them, because you don't understand how high they're meant to fly. There's a phrase I want you to remember. Don't miss the golden ticket, soul. Because if you do, if you're the parent who had the seed but didn't water it, the family who had the treasure but buried it in guilt and shame, then the legacy doesn't get built. The gate stays closed, the curses stay intact, and the bloodline stays bound. But if you see it, if you nurture it, if you back them fully, that child can break the chains for everyone. They can elevate the name, bring abundance, and restore everything your ancestors never got to finish. So ask yourself this: am I raising my child as my legacy or as my projection? Am I building them or managing them? Am I propping them up or holding them back? Because the all-star child is real. And if you're blessed to have one, your number one job is not to dominate them, not to dim them, but to develop them with everything you've got. The name of your bloodline may depend on it. Hi, I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and what you just watched is part of my signature program, the Chosen One series inside School of Soul. This series is not just a course, it's a blueprint for those who know they were different from the start: the black sheep, the scapegoat, the truth teller, the cycle breaker. Inside, you'll discover the family roles playbook, the golden child, the scapegoat, the enabler, the lost child, and how to finally step out of the part you were cast in without consent. How the black sheep becomes the goat, turning rejection into radical transformation and leadership. How to break generational curses and rewrite ancestral contracts so the pain stops with you. And how to recognize and escape modern forms of spiritual and technological targeting, from gang stalking to synthetic synchronicity. This isn't just about survival. It's about awakening, about reclaiming your voice, your lineage, and your destiny as one of the chosen ones. Click the link below to access the full series now, because the role ends the moment you decide it does, and the real script begins with you.